It's finally happened, Doctor. Bill McGraw is opening up about his life after divorce. After his divorce, Dr. Phil finally breaks his silence, sharing the truth fans have been eager to hear. His career may have reached incredible heights, but behind the scenes, his personal life was far from perfect. In this revealing moment, Dr. Phil discusses the struggles he faced, the impact of fame, and what led to the end of his long marriage.
Robin is a very successful woman. She doesn't need me for a damn thing. She's entrepreneurial. What?
I want you.
I was just wondering who's second.
What is your diagnosis?
I think people can make up their own mind. Got a sneaking suspicion what's going to happen. I'd like to talk to you, the single most outcome determinative individual.
The unexpected divorce. Dr. Phil and Robin McGraw were once the definition of a power couple. They met in the early 1970s, just after Dr. Phil had gone through a difficult divorce from his first wife, Debbie Higgins. Robin was only 19 then, and they quickly formed a strong bond. In 1976, they tied the knot, and what followed was a marriage that appeared flawless to the outside world. For over 4 decades, they seemed inseparable, portraying an image of unity, stability, and love that millions admired. As Dr. Phil's career took off in the 90s, especially after his appearances on The Oprah Winfrey Show, Robin was by his side. When his show debuted in 2002, she often appeared with him, and their relationship was presented as rock solid. Fans of the show saw them as the ideal couple, supportive, loyal, and always there for each other, both on and off the screen. For years, Dr. Phil and Robin spoke openly about the strength of their marriage. They often credited their long-lasting bond to their deep understanding of one another, their shared values, and Robin's unwavering support for Dr. Phil's career. Together, they navigated the highs and lows of public life, always appearing to be each other's greatest allies. But in 2024, the public was stunned when news of their divorce broke. After 46 years of marriage, the couple many thought would last forever was calling it quits. The divorce came as a shock to fans, especially given the consistent narrative of their strong relationship. People were left wondering, how could a couple who had been so close for so long end things now? Speculation began to spread. Some questioned if the pressures of fame had finally caught up to them. Others wondered if there were deeper issues behind the scenes that the public never knew about. Whatever the reason, the sudden end of their marriage left many people asking how such an enduring relationship could collapse after so many years of apparent harmony. But what caused their strong marriage to fall apart after all these years? Dr. Phil's first marriage. Before Robin McGraw, there was Debbie Higgins, Dr. Phil's first wife. Dr. Phil and Debbie met during high school, where their young love blossomed. Debbie, a cheerleader known for her beauty, and Phil, a star athlete, seemed like the perfect match. In 1970, when Dr. Phil was just 20 years old, the couple married, full of hope and plans for the future. But things didn't turn out the way they had imagined. From the beginning, their marriage faced challenges. Dr. Phil was driven by his ambitions, and his relentless focus on his career soon created a strain on the relationship. Debbie later described their marriage as one where she felt controlled. According to her, Dr. Phil wanted a traditional wife, someone to support his career while taking care of the home. Debbie, however, had dreams of her own, but felt she was never given the space to pursue them. The expectations placed on her began to weigh heavily, and cracks in their relationship started to form. As Dr. Phil worked toward building his career in psychology, his focus shifted more and more toward his professional goals. He was pursuing higher education and working hard to establish himself. Debbie, on the other hand, felt increasingly sidelined. What once seemed like a happy union quickly unraveled as their priorities diverged. The pressures of Dr. Phil's career ambitions, combined with Debbie's feelings of being stifled, led to mounting tensions in their marriage. By 1973, just 3 years after they wed, the couple decided to part ways. The divorce was a difficult chapter for both of them, but Dr. Phil rarely speaks about it publicly. It's clear, though, that this early experience left a lasting impression on him. The breakdown of his first marriage taught him valuable lessons about relationships and the importance of balance between personal and professional life. Dr. Phil learned that his single-minded focus on his career could come at a cost to his relationships. He also realized the importance of communication and mutual respect, lessons he would carry with him into his future relationships. However, the emotional scars from this failed marriage didn't just disappear. The unresolved issues from his time with Debbie may have influenced the dynamics of his later marriage to Robin. But did the ghosts from his first marriage follow him into his second? Robin's role in his success. Robin McGraw wasn't just Dr. Phil's wife. She was an integral part of his personal and professional success. From the moment they met in 1973, Robin played a central role in his life, offering him the stability and support he needed to grow both as a person and a public figure. Their marriage wasn't just a union of love, it was a partnership that shaped much of Dr. Phil's career. Phil was often in the public eye. Robin was quietly supporting him behind the scenes. She was the backbone of their family, allowing Dr. Phil to focus on his burgeoning career. As Dr. Phil's television presence grew, Robin was there every step of the way, offering encouragement, managing family matters, and being a sounding board for his ideas. In interviews, Dr. Phil has often spoken about how much he relies on her. Her strength, wisdom, and unwavering loyalty were crucial to his success. Robin's influence wasn't limited to their personal life. She was also a vital part of his professional journey. She made several appearances on the Dr. Phil show, offering her insights on family and health matters. Her calm demeanor and relatable personality resonated with viewers, further cementing their public image as a strong couple. Robin also became an advocate for important causes, including women's health and family values, which aligned with many of the themes on the show. Together, they presented a united front, both at home and on screen. Robin's support wasn't just passive, she actively contributed to the content of the show, shaping its direction and adding depth to Dr. Phil's work. She took on roles behind the camera, influencing decisions that helped the show grow into the powerhouse it became. It's clear that, without Robin's support, Dr. Phil's career might have taken a different path. Her dedication to their marriage and family gave Dr. Phil the foundation he needed to pursue his ambitions without distractions. Robin's impact on his life is undeniable. She was his partner in every sense of the word. Was Robin's role in his life enough to keep their marriage together? The pressure of public scrutiny. Living life in the public eye is no easy task, and for Dr. Phil and Robin McGraw, the pressure was immense. From the moment Dr. Phil stepped into the spotlight, the media became a constant presence in their lives. As his popularity grew, so did the attention on his personal life. Their marriage, once private, became a focal point for tabloid stories, gossip columns, and endless speculation. The fame that came with Dr. Phil's success put them under a microscope. Every move they made was closely watched, and rumors about their relationship were always swirling. Whether it was about their marriage, their children, or even Robin's role in Dr. Phil's career, the media didn't hesitate to dissect their lives. The constant attention would be difficult for any couple, and for Dr. Phil and Robin, it was no different. Tabloid stories often painted a picture of trouble in paradise, Some rumors claimed the couple was living separate lives, while others suggested they were only staying together for the sake of appearances. Public scrutiny intensified when challenges in their marriage became public knowledge, making it nearly impossible to live a normal life away from the cameras. Dr. Phil and Robin always tried to present a united front. They addressed rumors head-on, often with humor, making it seem like the gossip didn't bother them. However, the reality of living under that level of scrutiny for decades must have taken its toll. Having every aspect of their personal lives questioned and debated by millions can be exhausting, no matter how strong the relationship is. The media's relentless focus on their marriage, especially during difficult times, likely added pressure they wouldn't have faced otherwise. It's possible that issues that might have been resolved privately were magnified by the public's constant interest in their lives. This kind of stress can weigh heavily on even the strongest of relationships. In interviews, both Dr. Phil and Robin would brush off the media attention, insisting that their bond was stronger than any rumor. But living in the spotlight for so many years could have been a significant factor in the challenges they eventually faced. Fame has its benefits, but it also comes with heavy burdens. Behind the scenes was the pressure of fame more than they could handle? The controversies surrounding Dr. Phil. While Dr. Phil's show brought him immense fame and success, it also attracted significant controversy over the years. His direct, often tough love approach to solving problems resonated with some viewers, but left others questioning his methods. Dr. Phil frequently tackled highly sensitive topics, and his handling of certain guests and situations drew heavy criticism. Many felt that his approach was too harsh, especially toward vulnerable individuals struggling with mental health or addiction issues. Though Dr. Phil vehemently denied these claims, the accusations tarnished the show's reputation. Critics argued that the show exploited guests for ratings, and that Dr. Phil's methods were more about entertainment than genuine help. Legal battles ensued, with the show defending itself against allegations of unethical practices. These controversies inevitably spilled over into Dr. Phil's personal life. As the public backlash grew, the stress of managing these scandals likely impacted his relationship with Robin. While she always stood by his side publicly, supporting him through these difficult times, the pressure of constant legal challenges and negative media attention may have strained their marriage behind the scenes. The couple had to navigate public opinion while managing their reactions to the controversies. Robin's role as Dr. Phil's supporter meant she was also thrust into the limelight during these difficult times. As the show faced increasing criticism, the weight of these controversies must have added stress to their personal lives. Whether it was defending the show's actions or dealing with the fallout from angry viewers, the McGraws faced an uphill battle that could have taken a toll on their relationship. Though Dr. Phil continued to deny the allegations and maintained his position as a leading figure in daytime television, the damage to his reputation likely reverberated at home. It's not easy for any couple to endure such intense public scrutiny, especially when the issues go beyond the professional realm and begin to affect their personal lives. For Dr. Phil and Robin, the question becomes, how much pressure can one marriage handle? But was it just his career controversies, or was there more trouble brewing at home? What led to the divorce? The reasons behind Dr. Phil and Robin McGraw's divorce are still not entirely clear, but various sources have speculated on the growing differences between the couple in the years leading up to their split. After nearly 5 decades together, it seems that their priorities may have started to drift apart. As Dr. Phil's career continued to demand more of his time, Robin reportedly began focusing more on her ventures, including her advocacy work and personal brand. Over time, these separate paths may have caused a gradual disconnect. While they maintained a united front publicly, sources suggest that the couple's communication began to break down behind the scenes. As with many long-term marriages, maintaining the same level of connection after years together can be challenging, especially with external pressures like fame, work, and public scrutiny. Dr. Phil's demanding career may have left little time for the couple to focus on their relationship. Robin, on the other hand, may have grown tired of always being in the background of Dr. Phil's public persona. Despite the image of a strong partnership, some insiders have hinted that Dr. Phil's work-centric lifestyle and Robin's increasing independence may have driven a wedge between them. Over time, they may have grown apart emotionally, leading to a breakdown in communication. Without that open line of communication, even the strongest relationships can falter. Another factor that may have played a role in the divorce is the intense public attention they faced. Constant media scrutiny and the pressure to maintain a perfect image could have added stress to their already strained relationship. What the public saw, a seemingly perfect marriage, may not have reflected the reality of their situation. In interviews, Dr. Phil has been careful with his words, choosing not to reveal too many details about the reasons for their split. However, his recent statements suggest that the divorce was a long time coming. He has hinted at the difficulties of balancing a high-profile career with personal happiness, and how that balance ultimately became too hard to maintain. What does Dr. Phil finally admit that sheds light on their split? Dr. Phil speaks out. Since the news of his divorce became public, Dr. Phil has started to open up more about the end of his long marriage to Robin McGraw. While he has always been cautious about discussing his personal life, recent interviews have given us a glimpse into how he's dealing with the split and what it means for his future. Dr. Phil has admitted that the challenges in his marriage had been building for years. While he and Robin appeared to have it all together, behind the scenes, the demands of his career and the pressures of public life were taking a toll. In one interview, Dr. Phil acknowledged that maintaining a relationship while also managing such a high-profile career is incredibly difficult. He reflected on the need to balance personal happiness with professional success, something that became harder as the years went by. Now, post-divorce, Dr. Phil is focused on personal growth. He's spoken about the importance of taking time to reflect on what went wrong in his marriage and how he can move forward. He seems to be finding a new path for himself, one that prioritizes his well-being and happiness. Dr. Phil has also shared insights into how his family has supported him during this time. His sons, Jay and Jordan, have been a source of strength as he navigates this new chapter in his life. While the divorce has been a difficult experience, he's focused on maintaining close ties with his family and continuing to play an active role in their lives. In terms of his career, Dr. Phil is showing no signs of slowing down. He continues to be a major figure in daytime television, and it's clear that his work remains a huge part of his identity. However, he's also indicated that this chapter in his personal life has changed his perspective. He's been more reflective in recent interviews, discussing how the challenges he's faced have shaped him both personally and professionally. Could Dr. Phil's revelations change how the world views him? Moving forward, after the divorce. Now that Dr. Phil's divorce from Robin is public, many are wondering what the future holds for him. After nearly 5 decades of marriage, it's clear that this marks a significant change in his life. But for Dr. Phil, this new chapter might be more about growth and renewal than anything else. Professionally, Dr. Phil is as busy as ever. His talk show continues to dominate daytime television, and he remains a highly influential figure in the world of psychology and self-help. Although he's faced personal challenges, he shows no signs of stepping away from his career. The divorce may give him a new perspective that could shape the direction of his show and the topics he chooses to tackle. His experiences will likely bring even more depth to the advice and guidance he provides to others. But while his professional life seems to be steady, Dr. Phil's personal life is undergoing significant transformation. After being part of such a long-lasting relationship, rebuilding his life without Robin by his side will be a challenge. However, Dr. Phil has made it clear that he's ready to move forward and focus on his well-being. He's taken time to reflect on his past, and now he's looking ahead with a sense of optimism. Dr. Phil's legacy is something that's often discussed, and now that the truth about his personal life is out, it may take on new meaning. For years, he was seen not only as a professional success, but also as someone who had a stable and loving marriage. Now, with the end of that marriage, his story is more complex, but this complexity doesn't necessarily detract from his legacy. If anything, it makes him more relatable to his audience, many of whom have faced similar struggles in their own lives. Dr. Phil's journey from marriage to divorce has been anything but ordinary. As he steps into a new chapter, his thoughts on love, family, and his life in the public eye continue to intrigue people. Now, we want to hear from you. Do Dr. Phil's recent revelations change the way you view him? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more stories like this one.